Hi dear friends, how are you all? Welcome to YouTube channel HR Tutorials India. In this video, we will be discussing what is ESI or what is ESIC. What is ESI? ESI stands for Employee State Insurance and ESIC stands for Employee State Insurance Corporation. ESI is governed by Employee State Insurance Act 1948. It is a self-financed social security scheme designed to protect employees covered under the ESI Act. ESI is a statutory and an autonomous body under the Ministry of Labour and Employment Government of India. Employees of an eligible organization are protected against financial distress arising out of sickness, disablement and death due to employment injury. ESI is governed by ESIC under the Act Employee State Insurance 1948. This scheme is a self-financed social security designed to protect employees who are covered under ESI Act. ESIC is a statutory and an autonomous body which is under the Ministry of Labour and Employment Government of India. Employees who are eligible and covered under ESI in an organization are always protected against the financial distress arising out of disablement, death and sickness due to employment injury. When is ESI applicable or covered? ESI scheme applies to hotels, shops, cinemas and preview theatres, restaurants, newspaper establishments and road motor transport undertakings. This scheme has also been extended to private educational and medical institutions that have employed 10 or more people. This is applicable in certain states and union territories only. However, in some states, threshold limit for coverage of establishment is still 20. The ESIC scheme is applied to all shops and establishments, factories, restaurants, newspapers, cinemas, etc. It is applicable to employers or companies whose strength is 10 or more, and there are few states whose threshold limit for the coverage of ESI is still 20 employees. The ESI scheme has been implemented or revised throughout the country. This scheme has been implemented in stages in every state of India except Arunachal Pradesh and Manipur. This scheme has also been enacted in all union territory except Daman and Diu, Dadra Nagar and Lakshadweep Islands. The ESI scheme has been notified in total of 325 complete districts out of total 393 districts. Out of these notified districts, 18 districts implemented this scheme partially, which means ESI scheme is covered almost 90% of the districts throughout the country. That is, out of 393 districts, 325 districts are covered by ESI. And ESI is not applicable in two states, that is Arunachal Pradesh and Manipur. And coming to union territories, it is not covered in Daman and Diu, Dadra Nagar and Lakshadweep Islands. Who are eligible for ESI? Employee who wants to come under the vast umbrella of benefits offered by Employee State Insurance Corporation, he or she should be an individual who meets certain criteria that has been set by the committee. The ESI scheme is applicable to an individual who is employed in a non-seasonal factory that has more than 10 employees. This criteria applies under Section 212 of the Act. With effect from 1st January 2017, a wage limit of an employee is set at 21,000 per month for him or her to come under coverage of ESI scheme. To know the eligibility of the employees who comes under ESI, he or she should be an employee of a non-seasonal factory or a shop, an establishment where the employee strength is more than 10. At the same time, employees who are drawing wages less than 21,000 rupees per month are eligible and will be covered under ESI scheme with effective from 1st of January 2017. So these are the two conditions which are mandatory, which will make the individual eligible for ESI. What are the benefits of ESI? This scheme provides medical, cash, maternity, disability, dependent benefits to the insured employees. The contribution made by employers and the employers fund these benefits. ESI gives medical benefits, cash benefits, disability benefits, maternity benefits and dependent benefits of the insured person. And the contribution is made by both employer and employees for these benefits. A registered employee is entitled to full medical care during the period of their incapacity and their restoration of health and working capacity. The scheme provides financial aid to compensate for the loss of wages during the period of employee's absenteeism from the work due to sickness, injury due to employment, pregnancy and during hospitalization in any ESI hospital. An employee who is registered under ESI is eligible to use the full medical benefit during the period of the capacity and the restoration of health and work capacity. This scheme provides compensation for the loss of wages during the period of employee's absenteeism from work due to sickness or injury from the employment of pregnancy or due to hospitalization in ESI hospital. There are a number of attractive features and benefits that are offered by the ESI, that is Employment State Insurance Corporation. ESI not only provides medical benefits but also it provides the financial security in times of financial hardship like unemployment, and some of the benefits are listed below, such as medical benefits, disability benefits, maternity benefits, sickness benefits, unemployment allowance and dependence benefit. So these are the benefits in brief which the employee is covered under ESI. We will discuss in detail about each benefit in the upcoming videos. Rates and limits of ESI. The ESI scheme is financed by contribution from employers and employees. The rate of contribution by employer is 3.25% of the wages payable to the employees. The employee's contribution is the rate of 0.75% of the wages payable on an employee. Employees earning less than 137 rupees a day as daily wages are exempted from the payment of their share of contribution. So these are the share and contributions by the employer and the employee towards ESI. Employee contributes 3.25% of the gross wages each month, and employee's contribution employee contribution is at the rate of 0.75% of the gross wages for that specific month. To get contribution of 4% of the gross salary or the wages are paid to the ESI government for utilizing the benefits of ESI. Payments and returns of ESI. An employer should pay their contribution and the employee's contribution on the monthly basis to the ESI. The due date for paying ESI contribution is 15th of the following month, which means an employee should pay both the contribution of the employee and an employer together on monthly basis to ESI department. And the due date for paying the ESI contribution to the ESI department is 15th of the following month. Further, an employee needs to file ESI returns on half-yearly basis. Let us understand the contribution and benefits and then the filing of returns. First, on left side, let us see the contribution and cash benefits. If the contribution is between 1st of April to 31st of September, then the benefit will be from 1st January of the following year to 30th June. Similarly, when the contribution is between 1st October to 31st of March of the following year, then the benefits will be from 1st July to 31st December. Coming to ESI returns, if the period is from April to September, then the due date for filing the returns is 11th November. And in the same way, when the period of returns is during October to March, then the due date for filing the ESI returns is 11th May. Do's and don'ts of ESI. There are certain things that an employee has to follow to ensure that their run in ESI family goes smoothly. Some of the things which are need to be kept in mind are: Pehchan card acts as an employee's visa to their social security, so it should be protected from theft or damage, which can be used for all ESI benefits. An individual should ensure that they report a lost card to their branch office or dispensary immediately. If an employee or a worker who has an ESI registration number switches job, they should inform new employer of the same. Which means when an employee changes from one company to other company, it is the responsibility of the employee to inform to the new employer about the same. There are certain benefits which are provided based on the length of their contribution. So if the employee or the worker switches jobs and registers themselves using the same ESI number, the benefit which are related will be awarded to the employee. Which means if the duration or the contribution period is more, the employee will be having more benefits for the longer contribution to the ESI department. Referral procedures should be taken seriously. Follow the doctor's instruction carefully. The employee or the worker should ensure that they get their Form 105 signed by their employer in case the employee wishes to go on an outstation journey. This helps in the case of employee or worker needs to avail ESI facilities in another region. So dear friends, these are the do's and don'ts which need to be followed by each and every individual or employee to use the maximum benefits of ESI. So dear friends, hereby I conclude that we have understood what is ESI and what are the benefits of ESI and their contribution with dates of filing and coverage and eligibility, then finally dates of filing ESI returns. If you have any queries or questions related to this video, please do comment in the comment section. I'll be happy enough to answer all your queries. And if you like this video, please do subscribe and share among your friends. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a nice day.